So welcome back, everyone. We're live on Facebook. So I do want to say hello to everybody out there. I cannot wait. I'm bringing on my next guests who have been on with me now several times. And we're going to be talking a little bit about being invisible in just a minute. I have with me Tom Duhigg and Kevin Trumbull. They are the owners of Rise from the Ashes Consulting. I know you said that you wanted to talk a little bit about being invisible. But before you do that, would you do me a favor and tell us a little bit about yourself, Tom, and what you mean by what you're going to do today?
Right. So being invisible, yes, it's kind of a funny topic to talk about for restaurant consulting. But so I always tell my story. The first restaurant I got involved with, beautiful restaurant, build it and they will come. And what do you think happened? Nobody came. Well, not enough people came. This went on for a couple months, and then we realized that we had about 90 days to fix this or we're done. We're closing the doors. Mm-hmm. So my partner and I, we figured it out, and the reason why we were slow was because we were invisible. Just because you turn the open sign on does not mean you get a stampede of people. Right. And I realized that now nobody knows we're here. I don't even people driving by, they're not turning around saying, oh, look, because we're blend in with the whole shopping center. Mm. So I worked on being visible while my partner worked on being excellent. So when you're visible and you're excellent, you can fix it. And we fixed it in 90 days. And then we got out of it because, and I went on my next venture where I met Kevin. Well, he met me and met the business. And he made sure I was visible from day one. He was attracting people from 2 hours in every direction to come to my place. You did it just because you heard something was going on there.
The power of radio.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
The power of radio.
Yeah, yes. and tell a little story. You heard what was going on?
Well, we heard what was going on, Carol, and they were bringing in these acts that were, I call them knockoff bands, and they were bringing in the Shirelles and they were bringing in the Crests. And so we actually went on the air and said, hey, I found this great location off from Lovekin Boulevard that is bringing in these great acts. You got to check it out. And it was just like what modern day influencers are today. We were doing that clear back then on live radio. And we'd play one of the Shirelle songs and say, hey, go visit this location, La Paloma, right?
Yeah.
I think I remember, it was 30 years ago, La Paloma restaurant. And I would do a freebie ad, because I was really trying to get it out to the people of Blythe, California. Here's this restaurant, go try it. And it ended up filling the restaurant. We stumbled across it.
We were very visible. And the more visible we were, the more money we made.
Absolutely. Sure, of course.
So the theme is being visible versus invisible. Mm-hmm. So when Kevin and I talk to restaurant owners or business owners about why are you slow, what do you think they say?
What do you think? Oh, they blame it on the economy. The economy's the first.
Inflation. Everything's more expensive. COVID. Everything's more expensive. Right. Another one is the price of gas or whatever. They give us a big laundry list, but the one I like the most is says, nobody's spending any money anymore.
Right.
Love that. Nobody's spending any money before.
You know what? If you're a good restaurant,
yep,
they're going to spend the money.
Well, they will. So I was at a restaurant recently. There was a 45-minute wait to get in. 45-minute wait, packed.
I think that's
right.
That's great.
And
I love it.
You too. You go to these some are just packed.
But if you love it, what are you going to do? You're going to wait.
You're going to wait.
Another one, they don't have a reservation list. You go on a waiting list, and when you get there, you wait another 30 minutes because it's just packed. Mm-hmm. Right? And we're in a retail store, and this is retail. There was a line of people with shopping carts full of stuff to check out. I'm like, people are spending money.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't want to say
money.
I've gone out on a Thursday night, let's say, okay, and it even could be even rainy, and I'm telling you right now, the last restaurant I went to was packed. Packed. So they are spending money.
So, but here's what's changed: they're more picky. They're pickier where they go and where they spend their money. So if you are lousy a certain couple of times in a row, guess what? You just lost that regular customer. But what are they doing? They're going out and looking for an alternative, right?
So they got to find that.
You got to be visible. But most of our clients, they're invisible. So
me as a consumer, I want the best value for my dollar, 100%, because we're all working hard for our dollars,
right?
Including the restaurant owners and employees. So imagine that customer coming in there and you give them a lousy service, then you can't expect them to want to come back to your restaurant because now you've just made yourself invisible because this guy over here is doing it right, rolling out the red carpet. Actually feel like, hey, I'm welcome in your restaurant. So, oh man, I'm gonna go to Joe's restaurant because I know the guy's name, I know who his people are in his restaurant, his waitresses and stuff, and they say, hey Kevin, welcome in. Did you want a Diet Pepsi today? Or they know your drink, they know what's going on. That's what I mean by rolling out the red carpet. It don't have to be above and beyond. That is above and beyond. So if you're doing that as this restaurant over here, and the guy next to you now that guy's going to become invisible, and you become the destination, the go-to place.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
And let's say you are a good place. You're really good, right? And you're slow. It's probably because you're invisible. And here's some of the ways they're invisible.
How do, okay, come on, bring it up.
Yeah, here's some ways. The very common ways that people are invisible that we see.
Yes.
They don't show up in Google searches. The restaurants don't. Or they show up so far low that they've had other, because there's something wrong
Right,
with
and
their
people
listing.
want to know that they're going to go to
Especially
Google it.
restaurants.
Right.
They Google it. If you don't show up, or you don't show up where you should, you don't have all your ducks in a row, then you're invisible to people searching. Because people, 80% of people will search before they go to a restaurant.
Absolutely.
AI. If you don't show up in AI, they ask the question, tell me the best Mexican restaurant in Buckeye. That's a different question than give me a list of Mexican restaurants in Buckeye, right?
Yeah.
That's a Google search. It'll
And
give
you
you
know, if AI knows it, and
Well-
AI ate at the restaurant,
But what's AI going to do? It's going to go look at reviews. It's going to look at Reddit.
It
It's going to look
searches
at
what other people
what
are saying.
People are saying that this is the best restaurant. But if you don't have your ducks in a row, you don't have your reviews that AI can find, it's not going to recommend you. It's going to recommend somebody else. Even though you show up in a Google search, somebody types in a specific command in AI, you're not going to show up because you're not. And we help do that. We help them get the
We actually do, and we
AI
were
together.
wondering how that worked ourselves. And then last week you had a guest here that was on the same time we
Yes.
were. I think his name Walter. Was it Walter?
no.
I don't remember
it
his
was a
name.
T.
But he's an AI
Yeah.
gentleman that is an expert in this field. And so we just asked him, I said, are we on track with this? He said, absolutely.
Yep.
AI is becoming the new
Search.
search.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
People are using AI as a friend.
Yes, and it
And-
does show up as a friend.
But if you're a restaurant and AI is not recommending you, you're invisible.
You're
It's
invisible
a bunch
now.
of people that are using AI now. And the other thing online is social media. Everybody's doing social media in restaurants. Most of the people do. But they're not doing it right. So they think they're showing their food or whatever to thousands of people. They're showing it to 2% of their feed. They're invisible to 70% of the people that are on social media. They're invisible. They don't show up because they're not doing things
Yes.
right.
And then the way that we have done that is that we pay attention to where Tom has said it a million times over, is you gotta go out and market 3 miles within your radius of your restaurant, right? And we're talking door knocking, actually talking to people, shaking hands with people, the old-fashioned way we used to do things, right, Carol?
Yeah.
And then get it on the talk radios and stuff like that. That's how we used to do it. Well, social media, now everybody says there's billions of people using it, which is absolutely
That's true.
right. That's absolutely right. But how do you zone it in? And I'm talking about there is very inexpensive ways for these restaurants to zone in on your 3 mile radius that you're hitting your potential customer base right in your area. And you're showing up not just to your customers, but also the ones that you have not had come into your restaurant yet. And there's some really cool ways to do that. That would be a great place for a plug for us, Carol.
I'll tell you, I'm going to do that right now. Their phone number is 520-907-8409. It's risefromtheashesconsulting.com. I want to just say this. You have a proven track record, and you've done it over and over and over again. 90-day turnaround that they're going to turn your restaurant around. They work with restaurants mostly, but I do also know somebody who was listening that wants to talk to you, that it happens to be a business, but they said they sound like they know what they're doing.
Oh, good.
That's
Yes.
really cool, right?
And we do
We'd
help
love
them.
to do
And these
that,
principles
yeah.
are
Of course.
any business.
Right,
Any
it
business.
does work for any business. But right now, can you imagine if you have a restaurant? The restaurants are so sad when they open up and they're absolutely going strong. They're doing their best, and no one's coming.
Nobody's there.
No one's coming.
90 days to
Invisible.
get butts in seats. That's
Yeah,
our
that's
thing.
what we
90
yeah.
days to get butts in seats.
There's
Yeah.
Yeah.
BS and there's
That's what you
BIS.
Or customers through your door. Yes.
That's
We
pretty
don't do
funny.
BS, we do BIS. It's
Well,
very-
listen, folks, we're just talking in here, together with us. I hope you're enjoying that because I think it's rather cool. But the truth is that they do turn it around within 90 days to get you butts in seats. The number to call is 520-907-8409. Rise from the Ashes Consulting.com. That's funny. We're going to just continue talking.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, and not only, but Kevin's saying that you have to be in the 3-mile radius, but what are you telling people about it? Here's my dull, boring hamburger. It doesn't even look good.
Right.
Where Kevin, he's make all this, the food come to life. He showcases the experience, not just the food. It's
Right.
food plus experience, and people go,
But you know
whoa.
something I do have to say? Whatever they show,
Mhm.
they better have it.
Exactly right.
I'm sorry to say that
You're
because I've
absolutely
had that happen before.
And
Where
this
I
is-
thought something looked really good and I went in and was
Just
like,
recently, we dealt with that.
So the restaurants that we go into, we do our influencing videos a little bit different, our marketing videos. We actually go into the restaurant, we film them, the actual chef making it, and then presenting it at a table. So it is the food that is at that restaurant.
and let me just say this,
Yes.
that because you're turning around within 90 days, you're working on that area. That's what you do. You help them so that when they're making the food, they're also making it correctly.
Right.
Because you've taught them
Right.
all this within that
Improve their
90 days.
presentation.
You're working on one area and Kevin's working on the other area
Yes.
at the same time.
Yeah.
But once they get to the point where now they're gonna show it off,
Right.
it's what you expect
Right.
from them.
And what's different about us, and why we get criticized, they just say, well, those pancakes aren't golden brown enough. That bacon doesn't look crisp enough, right? I'm like, and that was real sloppy the way they poured the syrup on but that's what people do.
That's what people do.
They
That's
take this big,
realistic.
huge
It's
stack
not
of pancakes, which is what they serve. They have clean grills, so they're not always that dark. They put it right in front of you, and you pour a bunch of syrup on it, and then they share it with this huge stack of pancakes.
And we do it as a
It's
customer
experience.
experience.
Yeah, we don't fake the food, right?
And we
We're
have
not
a,
that.
We have a format, excuse me, we have a format that we go in, and so you'll know our videos. We'll say they're cross streets or whatever, and then we go into the food experience that people actually experience. You might even get a customer to say, this is the best place, I love it, it's a customer experience. And then we have a closing for them, a CTA we call it. And so we have that on every single
Video.
15 to 30 second video. We give it to them, they upload it on their social media, and there's a certain way to do it to zone in on their area. And then they start seeing all these new customers because people look at it and go, I forgot about that place. It triggers them to go, And it's not just restaurants. On the videos, we do a lot of other
20
businesses. We do a lot of other businesses also.
Yeah.
I know
So,
you do, yeah.
We're gonna do right now. We're gonna do a computer repair company.
Yeah, we're
talking about the opposite of restaurants.
Yes. I think he's been
amazing.
on your show too.
But it's the same principle.
Great principle.
Absolutely.
Right.
We're gonna make them fun, make it exciting.
So welcome back. Every time you come on, I get so hungry.
I know.
Thank
But
God
you know
it's
what,
Thursday and we have a place to go,
Yes.
right?
That's
I
right.
wanted to say though, that it's not gonna be a lousy restaurant. I'm
Right.
sick and tired of going to lousy restaurants. The problem is you might see something that just opened,
Right?
right? And you have to be visible here. You have to make noise. And I'm
Right.
gonna say why. Because I think it's mostly because you're sitting so far back from the road, who's gonna know
Right.
you're there?
Exactly.
Right? You gotta get somebody out there that's gonna do your job for you, and that is what Kevin does.
Yes.
You can have somebody maybe have out of the at the corner with an arrow and they're twisted it around and pointing it over there, but you do it on social media and with beautiful what did you say,
Video
15
footage,
second?
yeah. Do
videos.
anything from 15 to 30 seconds, and you could tell a lot about we don't just take the videos, we tell their story. We
That's
do
awesome.
voiceovers, we do text overlays, so they're constantly, and then they can post it on their social media, but also kind of this generic geofencing that I've come up with that actually will zone in on their 3 to 5 mile radius that helps that restaurant put butts in seats, and that's what it's all about.
And Carol, we've been talking about online, right? But Kevin and I have never been really big fans of online marketing. Because we do, even as good as he is.
I like radio.
Yeah, as good as he is, he still gets a trickle of people that have never known, right?
Right.
But where they're most invisible is in their neighborhood.
That's weird.
Right. So, and I do this with a restaurant owner. I said, okay, I pull him out of his restaurant and I have his back to the shopping center across the street. I said, tell me all the businesses that are behind you. He knows the bike shop because he's been there. The bank because he goes to the bank there. And maybe one of the other ones. He goes, you don't know everybody across the street? Do you think they know you're here? That's across the street. You don't know and they don't know. What about a quarter mile down the road? What about the people that come drive south? You're here. They work and then they drive north to go home. They're not even coming down this way. They have no idea you're here. You have no half a mile. They don't know. What about 2 miles? What about 5 miles? Invisible. So what Kevin alluded to earlier is we have an offline campaign which drives even more traffic than the online campaigns.
I like offline too.
Yes.
Right.
You
We
know,
do a lot of
you
grassroots.
have to do it all. You
Lots
really
of
do.
we call grassroots gold mines, right? Where you actually
I think I
we
like
take a
what you
map and we hit all the businesses, everything in that area. If
All
it's
the
a
rooftops.
hotel, motel, rooftops.
I liked what you
business,
said.
schools, churches. I mean, everything you got to go there right in that radius. The more activity you do in there, the more business you do. Obviously, because they find out about you.
I liked what you said when, I think it was the last time that you were on, that somebody who wanted to get the word out about their restaurant took, appetizers out
Yes.
to everybody in that neighborhood.
If they
Here,
try it, they'll
check
buy
it
it.
out. Come on and
If
buy.
they try it, they buy it.
Right?
That's huge. The other thing is that I want to bring up is that in a lot of the restaurant owners or business owners that when they're trying to do a local campaign, you have to make sure your direct mail, your direct marketing approach is worded correctly. And Tom and I have actually done the studies, got the certificate, whatever, for actually doing copyright. So when you hire us to help you with your restaurant, you also get all that copyright. And copyright makes a huge difference in direct mailing. It's not just, as Tom always says, here's my burger and just take a picture and then come see me at this location. People don't want to be sold, they want to be directed. So if you give a good advice on, hey, this burger was fantastic, dripping, I just loved it. These guys are amazing. Word of mouth is still the best. And how do you transfer that into direct marketing? So
Right.
yes, radio works. Yes, social media has some effect, but still it comes down to direct marketing. And Carol, I just ate at this great restaurant. You should go try it out. It was absolutely fantastic. That's how our videos transcribe. It's more of that approach and not just a sales pitch.
And people do that. They'll say, you'll be sitting around and saying, well, what's your favorite hamburger place? Right? I know people that they want to say whatever it is, I'm not going to mention them. But they also do that with other things as well. You like Mexican, where's your favorite Mexican?
Right, yes.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what it is, and you can help any restaurant,
Exactly
any food truck, any bakery. I mean,
Yes.
it goes to anything.
Catering companies. Yeah.
What's that?
The catering companies.
Catering,
They're
catering.
invisible. So if you offer a catering service, who knows you have
Yeah.
a catering service, right? Who knows that you do parties? You're invisible to people that need catering. So, and being invisible too in the community, new movers. There's been a lot. Buckeye, how fast are we going?
We went from 70,000 people just 5 years ago to 125,000,
Oh, well, it's
and it's
famous.
supposed to triple
And most
in the
restaurants
next 5 years.
are invisible to all
Yes.
those people coming. They're invisible. Why are we so slow? Nobody knows you're here. You're invisible to all these people coming in. You're invisible to the winter visitors that come every year. That's
What's
a good
amazing to
season
me
for us.
is you hear a restaurant or any business say, you know, I'm in Buckeye, we're getting all these new people, but I'm slowing down. And I think it's because all these other businesses are coming in. But look, the economy has doubled. The residents have doubled. So all those people are still there. So you're not losing anybody to the new people. You're losing because you're becoming buried and becoming invisible. Tom had a great snapshot video that we're trying to figure out how to do, where the lens is closing on this business because they're getting swallowed up by all this other stuff. You gotta, in the old Looney Tunes, you remember Bugs Bunny would stick his hand through the old Warner Brothers deal and then open it up like an eyelid? You got to stick your hand, fight for your business. We'll fight with you. Fight for your business, open that lens up, and let's let people know you are there, become visible again.
Become visible. The more visible you are, the more business you do.
Correct.
It's a direct correlation. And then, so, you always bring up the lousy restaurant, right? So, if you operate poorly, right, or if you just want to have satisfied customers, you're losing out on thousands, you're invisible to thousands of people. You know who you're invisible to?
Yourself.
No, you're invisible to the people that should be referring you that
The
aren't.
raving fans.
So if you have a good experience, you tell 3 to 5 people about it. Okay, that's 3 to 5 people. I didn't have to market. But if you have a lousy experience, you tell it. You tell everybody until everybody heard it.
Absolutely.
So just operating average or below average, there are thousands of people that are not being referred to your restaurant. You're invisible to the people that should be referred to you. Thousands, right? If I call your customer count, there are 3 to 5 people that you're not getting from them. So you have to operate. We say great marketing, be visible, have a great operation married together, and then know how to make money. You got to do that too. We teach all of those. You got a winning concept. I don't care about the economy. I don't care about gas. I don't care about inflation. I'm more and more, we call it the accelerator. I'm accelerating my visibility by doing these things. I'm accelerating I'm getting better and better because I'm making more money. I'm hiring better. I'm building up. I'm remodeling. I'm doing whatever I can. And I'm making my cash flows accelerating.
You know, a perfect example of that is I told a family the other day, there's this one restaurant I love to go to because the one thing that I love to get on their menu is this hot turkey, like almost like you're at Thanksgiving, right? And that's one of the hardest things to find that is appealing in a restaurant is a hot turkey.
I would never have
with
thought
gravy.
you said hot
I know,
turkey.
I love it. I love hot turkey with all this gravy and then the potatoes,
Mashed potatoes on
and
the
the
side.
gravy, but they're not instant. They're really good.
Real, it's real.
And then
I hate instant.
I know, and these green beans, and it's like, oh my gosh, and this big old cornbread. I know, I'm making us really hungry right now.
Stop.
But I went off and told this family, and they said, well, let's go. And we piled in the car and we went. How much did that cost that restaurant? Not a dime. It was me. I made them over $100, $120 table that night because it's not an expensive restaurant. But we went there and we enjoyed ourselves, and now there's 2 more people that are sold on that because they went and experienced because of what I said.
Right. He's making it
Word
visible.
of mouth
Make
and
you visible.
invisible. Now, if you have the right social media and it's in that area, next time that family sees that turkey dinner on their Facebook feed or their social media feed, it's going to trigger their mind of how great that dinner was. Now social media is doing its job.
Yeah.
But it can't be just here it is.
No.
It has to be the plates moving, the people engaged into the video. And so that's how we do it, Carol. But it's real food, real people with the real experience matched up with the benefits of the
So here's an example of social media done right and wrong. So I have a restaurant, I'm empty, right? And I say, they got the neighborhood across the street. I want them to come in here. I'm going to post some pictures of my burger and my pasta and my salad. They're still not coming. Okay, what do we do, Kevin?
We
need to
boost
boost
it.
that post. Let's boost it. I
So
boost
it's
it.
not working.
They're
Accelerate.
still not
Accelerate.
coming. What do we do now? Let's do TikTok. And let's put it out on all the social media. So I do that, and I look across the street, and nobody's coming. Right?
They're lousy.
But then my competitor goes out there and hands a door hanger on there and then leaves. They get in their car and they go to my competitors because they're doing the grassroots.
Because they're doing grassroots.
It's really, you know what, sometimes the old way of doing things is the better way.
Yeah,
of
it
doing
is.
things.
Absolutely.
Check them out. It is 520-907-8409. They got a proven record of 90 days are going to turn you around. It's risefromtheashesconsulting.com.
Let's do it.